Hi, this is James Yu and this is my Project 10 demonstration. I'm going to first go through the code. So we have here on the right the Arduino script. And this is pretty much taken from our last project, except here we're setting up a address for our Raspberry Pi, which is going to be functioning as a slave for our I2C transmission. And we still have our IMU, which is another slave, and Arduino is the master. So we're initializing that, and we still have our task here, and we're using FreeRTOS to just run these tasks, which are defined here. And so here we can actually comment this out because we're not really using this, but I just left it in. And this is where we're writing to the I2C, and you can see that we're sending it on to the slave address. And that's pretty much it for updates. Now on the left we have our Python script running on our Raspberry Pi. We're using PyGPIO library, which allows us to use our Raspberry Pi conveniently as a I2C slave and just set the Arduino to master. We have the slave address set to 4 like we did in our Arduino script. And then we just have an infinite while loop that constantly reads from the I2C data line. If there are bytes to read, then we unpack the data, and it comes in the format of the first byte being yaw, the second byte being pitch, and the third byte being roll as we sent it down here. And these are 8-bit integers. So it just unpacks those byte by byte, and then it prints it out in a nice format for us to see. And that's it for the code. Using 2 terminal windows to SSH into my Raspberry Pi, and one of them I'm going to be running the GPS monitor, and the other I'm going to run the Python script. So it looks like I forgot to start up the PyGPIO daemon. So I'm gonna rerun the Python script after starting that up. So it looks like I'm running into a little bit of an issue with the Python script, but we're gonna rerun it and see if it can work this time. So right now I'm holding the drone in my hand and flying it from there because one of my landing legs broke, and unfortunately it's a little unsteady on the ground. So it looks like I'm having an issue with my I2C line stopping early. It looks like running things in the infinite while loop seems get into an issue of unpacking the data incorrectly. Something I'll have to fix at another time.